This is a song that was written last summer, and I wrote it with a Winnipeg writer named Rob Varmar. The song is called Don't Spend It, Honey. And it was cool because we wrote this song, and you know, we were actually sitting around thinking when we were working on the song, because it's got Canadian Tire money in it, you know. And it was a fun song. We were laughing. We were laughing as we were writing it. Rob was doing a little twist. It was beautiful. And then when we thought, man, why hasn't this happened? Why did Stomp and Tom leave this for us? You know, why didn't he already write this song? Canadian Tire money. It's in our blood. And anyway, I started singing this song, and it made people happy in a very Canadian way. And shortly after that, I went on a tour of Alberta and the Yukon. People started giving me Canadian Tire money. That was cool. I came home from the Yukon with $22 in Canadian Tire money. If you've ever saved that stuff, you know that's like, it's almost like you did something wrong, you know? That's a stash. That's loot, you know? And at that point, the reason, that was the end of November, the reason I was excited really was just because there are 2 bars in Toronto that accept tire money at par. I mean, Sweaty Betty's and the Done Right In. And I was thinking, man, I got $22. Like, and then I got excited because people kept giving it to me whenever I played this song, and I thought, man, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to go in there with like $200 or $300 in Canadian Tire. I'm just going to throw it around, you know? And I got very excited about it. I even talked to the owner of the Done Right In because they have a $30 limit, right, with Canadian Tire money. But she agreed to waive it for me for one glorious night only. Imagine $300 in Canadian Tire money all over the bar, buying drinks for the whole house. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. I could hardly sleep. And, and meanwhile, there's a fellow in Edmonton at that time. He was in the national news. Maybe you heard about him. It was the end of October, and he had been saving Canadian Tire money for 15 years. He saved for 15 years from the time he was 14 years old, and his dream the whole time was to buy a riding mower at Canadian Tire money, like just Canadian Tire. I know, that was his dream. He did it. He saved over $1,200 in 15 years. He went in there, Canadian Tire, cash on the barrelhead. Bam, he bought his riding mower. He was in the national news. He went home. I assume he cut his mom. And I think that's where the story ended. And all I was thinking about was getting drunk on Canadian Tire. You know, more noble on his side, perhaps. But anyway, that was when I found out that the CD that the Sundowners are making, which is now, of course, called Paper Nickels, found out that the studio that's doing all the production work accepts Canadian Tire money. And so it's been crazy. You know what, I'm not gonna say really much more about it because I don't even know what to say. It's been so ludicrous. But I'll tell you this. Just today, I exchanged emails with a foreign currency correspondent for the Wall Street Journal, one of the most powerful financial newspapers in the world. And he wants to come and see me at my house as soon as I get home from this tour. And he says that I'm the last thing he needs in this piece he's writing about Canadian Tire money. And he's been trying to get this interview with me going for like about a month now. And I kept saying, man, you know, we can do this on the phone. He said he really wants to interview me because he won't have to wear a suit. And he's coming to my house. He says, no, he wants to see the money, right? He's coming to my house to see the money. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. It's this. What I have in my hands right here. And I'm telling you something, I'm going to take this over to the merch table. Because if you do nothing else, you got to come over there. You got to feel the grandeur. You got to feel the power. Like, I'm serious. There's no substitute for having this in your hand. This has been given to me like 35 cents at a time over the last 5 days. This is from the last 5 days of touring and being handed Canadian Tire money. It's something like, I think it's $210.35. And man, I don't want to let it go now. It's crazy. Listen. Like, can you hear that? Anyway, it's pretty crazy.
What's your total now?
The total now, I don't have an exact total now, but I know for a fact that I have more than $3,200. It's called don'tspendithoney.com. If you Google my name, Corin Raymond, it's the first thing that's going to come up. And the first thing that comes up on the site is a picture of me sitting at my kitchen table with $2,600 in Canadian Tire. It looks like a drug raid. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It looks like the evidence room at some narcotics squad house, you know. It's wonderful. Anyway, we got to sing this song, and if you want to sing along, the lyrics they're real simple. It just says, don't spend it, honey, not the Canadian Tire money. We saved it so long. We saved it so long. Jolly Scotch bonnet. It's got the cute little Scotsman on it. We saved it so long. It's a trailer park love song. Get involved. Don't spend it, honey, not the Canadian Tire money. You saved it so long. You saved it so long. Jolly Scotch bonnet, it's got the cute little Scotsman on it. You saved it so long. You saved it so long. Even pricing out that discount. saved us so long. He saved us so long.